Hello everyone. Today we are going to start with the CSS background properties. We will learn one by one all the CSS properties. So we are starting with the CSS background property. So the first background property is background color. How you can define the background color? First of all, we'll see what the property is. Okay, the background color property sets the background color of an element. In which ways you can define the background color? You can define it like this: body, under the style tag or in the external CSS, you will write the name of the selector. After writing the name of the selector, you will write the property name, that is background color. And here you can define the value of that background color in hexadecimal form. Okay, this is the hexadecimal code. For every color, there is a hexadecimal code present with us. Okay, you can search the hexadecimal, the code, the different color codes on the Google, and you can which color you wanted to apply, you can put the code of that color here. This is the first way to define the background color. Second way is you can define the RGB value for the same. RGB is red, green, blue. Everyone knows that it is a combination colors. Different colors are formed by combining these three basic colors, which is red, green, and blue. When we combine these colors in a different ratio, then it form a different color. Okay, so here is the value of red, here is the value of green, here is the value of blue. So you can also search for these RGB values on the Google. If you wanted to define the color this way, you can also get these values from the Google. And the third way is the easiest way or the very simple way, which is you will define background color and simple you will write the color name, that is like green, blue, red, pink, orange, olive, tan, whatever you wanted to define here, you can simply define the name, and it will assign that particular value to the your document. Fine. Now the second property we will have is CSS background image property. Okay, so this property is sets one or more background images for the element. By default, a background image is placed at the top left corner of the element. By default, it will placed at the top left corner of the element and repeated both vertically and horizontally. Your image will be repeated both vertically and horizontally. How you are going to define it? You will write background image, okay, colon, then you will write URL, then you will start the round bracket, then then under the quotation mark, you will write the name of the image. Image.gif is what? This is the name of the image. Okay, you will define name of the image, will close the quote, then close the bracket, and then you will put the semicolon. So this way, you can put background image to your document. Fine. After this, we have a background position property. For example, like where you wanted to set that particular background image, that we can specify with the help of background position property. Okay, the position can be left top, left center, left bottom, wherever you wanted to place that picture, you can choose that particular position property. Fine, that particular position value. For example, this is the left top, this is the left center, this is the left bottom, this is the right top, this is the right center, and this is the right bottom position. This is the top center position, this is the center position, and this is the center bottom position. So wherever you wanted to place your picture at that particular position, you can place that. Okay, so next we have is CSS background repeat property. So what is the CSS background repeat property? The background repeat property sets if how a background image will be repeated. Like you wanted to repeat the image through the x-axis, or you wanted to repeat the image through the y-axis. So wherever you wanted to repeat the image, you can choose that particular value. The first value says that is the repeat. It is the default value. It is the default value. If you are not defining any value for the background repeat. By default, it will be repeated on both the directions. It will be repeated on the x-axis as well as on the y-axis. Means image will be repeated both vertically and horizontally. And the last image will be clipped if it does not fit. Okay, this is by default. The second property you can set as repeat x-axis. If you wanted to repeat your picture on the x-axis, that means on horizontally you wanted to repeat the picture, then you will use this property. Okay, then next is repeat y. If you wanted to repeat the picture on the y-axis, means if you wanted to repeat the picture vertically, then you will use this property. If you don't want to repeat your picture horizontally or vertically, you want picture to be present only once on your screen, then you will use this property, no repeat property. The background image is not repeated, the image will only be shown once. Okay, so this way you can do such things. After this, we have next property, which is background detachment property. If you wanted to fix the position of your picture, then you can also fix that. How you can do that? By default, the position property is scroll. If you wanted to make it fixed, okay, so that you can set its property to fix. The background image will not scroll with the page. Only your page would be able to scroll, but not your background. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now we have the shorthand property. Like background property is the shorthand property for all the background properties. Fine. So with the background property, you can compress several property and you can write the style in a shorter way, which makes it easier to read. You are supposed to write in a particular order. Like first of all, you will write the background, then column, then you will define the value for background color, then you will define the value for background image, then you will write the value for background position, then you will write the value for background repeat. After this, you will write the value for background attachment. Okay, this way you can define all these 5 properties in a single line. Okay, this way what you can do is you can define all these properties in a single line. Now we'll do the practical of the same. Okay, so how we are going to do this? For this, first of all, we'll open a notepad file. Okay, so we have opened one notepad file here. Okay, so first of all, we'll start with the HTML block. Under the HTML block, we know that there are 2 blocks. One is the head block, another one is the body block. So I'm writing here the head block. And now I'm going to define the body block. Okay, under the body block, we'll define only single tag. Whatever you wanted to define here, you can define. I'm writing only single tag. Okay, so this is totally up to you which tag you wanted to use here. Whatever you wanted to define under the body, that you can define. For example, for now, what I'm doing is I am copying this number of times. Okay, so for a big page, so I'm making the content of the page. Okay, so now what I'll do here, I'll put style tag. Under the style tag, I'll define the different background CSS property. Okay, now I'm going to save it. Okay, save it with the name back.html. So I have given the name of the file is back.html. Okay, now I need to open my file. Under this folder, my file is present. Here, I'll open my file, which is back.html. So I have double clicked on my file. Now my file is opened within the browser. You can see this is the content of my file. Now I'm going to apply the properties one by one. So how we are going to use all those properties? Okay, so we are going to use those properties. Likewise, what I'm going to do here is, first of all, we wanted to define the properties for which selector. I wanted to define the properties for body selector. So here I'll write body, then I'll start the curly brackets. Here I am going to define the first property, that is the background color. Okay, now I wanted to define the background color as as pink. So I'm writing this color. I have saved this. Now I'm going to refresh my page. You can see the background color has been applied on my page. Okay. Now we wanted to apply the background image. So for that, which property I'm going to use? Background image property colon. Then we will write URL under the these brackets. Will put double quotation marks. Okay, here we'll put the name of the image. So how we are going to do it? First of all, we will copy one image from its original location to the location where we wanted to have it. For example, I am going to copy this image. Fine. So I'm going to copy that particular image to my folder where my HTML page is saved. In this folder, my HTML page is saved. So I'm going to save that picture here. And now I'll right click on the picture and click on properties. Now I'll copy from here the name of the picture and I'll check about the extension of the picture. The extension of the picture is .jpg. Okay. So now I'll come to my code and here I'll paste the name of the picture and dot the extension of the picture, that is JPG. Now I'm saving it. Now I'm going to refresh my code here. Okay, now you can see the picture is repeated so many times in my page. Okay, so now we will use the background repeat property. If you don't want the picture to repeat, then which property we can choose? We can choose the background repeat property. Okay, so I want background repeat property as if you wanted to repeat it on x-axis. So you will write here repeat x. It will be repeated only on the x-axis. Okay, here horizontally it is getting repeated. If you wanted to repeat it on the y-axis, so how you are going to write it? You will write it here like repeat y. You will refresh it. It will be repeated on the y-axis like this. Okay, if you wanted to fix the position of the picture, okay, then if you want it no repeat, then you will set the background repeat property as a no repeat. Okay, then you will refresh your page. Your picture will not be repeated to any of the direction. Now you can see we are able to scroll through the picture. I am scrolling down. We are able to scroll the picture and the text as well. Now if you want that your picture should not be scrolled, so which property we are going to use for this? Background attachment property. Okay, so we will use background attachment property. Okay, background attachment, the default value for the background attachment is scroll. We will write here the fixed. We wanted to fix the background position, background attachment. So you will refresh it. Now you can scroll down the text, but your background image is fixed. If you wanted to change the position of your picture, then you can also change. For example, I want my background position to be at the top right corner. So I'll write here top right. I'll save it. I'll refresh my page. Okay, it will adjust my picture on the top right corner. Okay, so wherever you wanted to adjust that picture, you can adjust that way. Okay, now it is, I hope now it is clear. Now if you want this picture to be adjusted on within the complete window area on the complete screen, how you can do this? You need to go to your folder. Okay, this is where your all the HTML pages are saved, where your picture is there. Okay, then you will right click on the picture and will open that picture in the pane. Okay, when you open the picture in the paint, then you will click on resize, then you will select the pixels from here, then you will uncheck this option maintain aspect ratio. Here you will specify some ratio. For example, I am specifying the ratio 1400 and 660. Okay, so that my picture will be fully filled on the screen. I am saving it. Now I'm closing it. Okay, now I'm refreshing the file. Now you can see my picture is filled in the background and it is completely covering the background area. Fine. So this way you can do all these things. Okay, if you wanted to define this style in the external CSS, then you can also do this. What you will do is you will cut these options from here. You will open okay, you will cut these options from here, and what you will do is you will open one another notepad file. Okay, in that particular notepad file you are going to save this code. Then you are going to save this with a different name. For example, you will write style3.css. Okay, now we have saved this file. Now we are going to link the file here. So for linking the external CSS file, we'll use link style link type is equal to text \css. Okay, then relation is style sheet. Then you will define here the original path of that particular CSS file. Now our CSS file is present at the same location where my HTML file is. So here I'll write the file name only. I'm going to save it. Now you can refresh your page. Now you can see every property has been applied. The external CSS file has been linked to your web page. Thank you so much, everyone. This is the session.